What is the easiest way to learn C programming?
C is so complicated, I do not think there is an easy way to learn it.
I did not ask for an easy way, just the easiest. Okay, as long as it is the least hard.
One of the advantages of the C programming language is that it is used almost everywhere, from the Microsoft operating system to your printer drivers.
I'm not really planning on developing either of those, just server-side applications, or maybe games.
So get an introduction through the Introduction to C and C++ course by MIT OpenCourseware.
I cannot afford tuition to MIT.
The online courses through MIT OpenCourseware are free. And after you do the introduction class, there is a practical programming class in C, and effective programming in C.
Can I learn both practical and effective programming in one class?
There is a good introduction to the topic on Wikibooks under C programming. There are great classes on C on lynda.com, if you can afford the cost.
I prefer free.
Then the cprogramming.com site is not right, since it has some fair introductory material, followed by a Buy My Book blurb on each page.
Do they have free C programming classes on Khan Academy? This site is able to teach high school Common Core math, so it is to be good at other incomprehensible subjects.
No, just JavaScript, HTML and a little Java.
At least I can learn the basics of JavaScript from code samples on various websites.
C has been around since the 1970s, so there are free online code samples all over the internet.
And running the internet.
You can even get the compiler for free from various sources. The C compiler for Windows is Microsoft Visual Studio Express or MinGW, while Xcode is for Mac, and GCC is the popular option for Linux.
Of course there is a Linux app for that.
Linux is built on C. A good open source resource for C is learn-c.org.
They've obviously been around long enough to get the easy-to-remember name.
Learn-c.org has tutorials on the C programming language for free, though it is always in a state of progress.
Meaning not too many people who work in C contribute free lessons on it.
Not when others are getting well paid to program in C, or write books about programming in C.
Getting free resources to learn C sounds harder than I expected.
The website for LearnCodeTheHardWay.org has a section on C, with a number of free exercises. The first one is how to set up your computer to program C, and set up the compiler.
Do you have any other advice on learning C?
The Learn GNU-C site is free, but radically dated.
Not necessarily bad, for a language around since 1970-something.
Learn-c.com is better, though it too is a blast from the 1990s past.
As long as I learn enough to have an employable future, I do not care.